And guys, I've got almost 12 hours in this game and I still haven't been able to finish it right. Either a key doesn't work, or a soft lock something, or something will disappear, or the game will crash, or I could just never, ever, in 12 hours, have I been able to finish this game properly. I can exploit it, but one door that's supposed to be locked doesn't lock. And sometimes the sound doesn't work. You got to go back in and adjust the sound and reset it. And I can't tell you how many things have gone wrong with this game. And the dev just gave up. Tried to do a fix like a month ago, and then he just never talked to anybody again. Because I think he realized he was in too deep.
These people are crazy. How far can human imagination go when they see the dark spot in the shadow? At least they'll pay a lot for my services, so why not? I'll figure out what magic trick to perform on the road.
And the sad thing is, I don't mind the game. Even though there's really no characters, you're just going to walk around and pick up keys. There are too many enemies, but sometimes the second one doesn't even spawn. I'm going to show you the best I can. I'm going to try and do it right. I'll show you what's wrong, and the dev won't fix it.
Is anybody here?
He just walked away with this much of the game finished. And the whole thing is the navigational system. You need to be able to hit M and get a map. Even a static map. Would it be nice if it showed you where you were and put a marker on the map where you need to go? That's all he had to do. And one of the doors that's supposed to be locked doesn't lock. And if you click it to open it, it'll screw up the key that's supposed to be for it. And the whole thing's just a huge mess. Looks good. Plays good. You know, but no. I've got like 12 hours in this game. And it's because crashing, soft locking, things disappearing out of your inventory that are crucial to the completion of the game.
Something really strange is happening here.
And you don't know the item's missing until you go to the ritual to do it, which is almost at the end of the game. And then you'll find out that the coin's missing, just it's evaporated. It's not where you picked it up. It's not in your inventory, and you need it to finish the game. Anyways, you want to get 7 of those idols I just picked up. And you're going to need 7 enchanted items. There is no fall damage. But it'd be a miracle if you can finish this game properly. Do not click the door that's supposed to be locked. It doesn't lock. And I'm going to try my hardest to do it. There's a point in this game where it just doesn't tell you where to go anymore. And if you don't figure it out, then you're lost. You're just following this. Reach the village, and there's that yellow marker. Now it shows you where the area is. It doesn't tell you which way to go. See, right now it looks like you're supposed to follow it. But you see when you turn and everything. But in a while, for the first few places, it works fine, and then all of a sudden it just goes to shit. You don't know where you're supposed to go. So here's number 2, Tiki Idol. And there's nowhere that shows you, except for down there, but it doesn't tell you how many you have. Once you pick up like 5, it doesn't go any higher on that little scale. When you pick up a key, there's nowhere in your inventory that tells you have a key or what it's for or anything. You just got to remember. So you need to have the keys like on the bottom right of the screen or left. Oops. That show you that you have a key. And it should say under it what it's for. There's keys you'll pick up, it just says a key. which doesn't help you at all. Like, it was so close to the game being done. And then the dev just walked away. Because he got some bad reviews, and I guess he just gave up. But the bad reviews were for a good reason, because people were lost. They didn't know where to go. And you're going to see that that's pretty easy to do. Like, the hard thing to do is to know where to go. Like, it's like the trickiest puzzle in the game to figure out where you're supposed to go. But we'll get there. Like, I just finished playing it, and one of the keys didn't work, and I had to restart the whole fucking game. And then the time before that, just earlier, it did work, but the game fucking crashed. So this is my third attempt tonight at doing it the right way. And I'm doing it just out of anger. I gotta do it. So you can read notes if you want. But we're gonna book it out of here. Because it's gonna fucking not work anyway, so. And you don't need it to get the good ending. I think you need 7 idols. And we've got 2 right now, 1 in the forest, 1 in the cave. And you're going to need to go to all the houses. And do it in the proper order. So here's the fisherman's house. And that's the key we grabbed. And there's Tiki Idol number 3. See the plus sign down, and it's in the middle of the little marker, and pretty soon after 2 more it'll be full. So when you pick up 6 and 7, it doesn't go any higher. You don't know how many you have. I looked all through the inventory. It doesn't say, and it doesn't say how many keys you have or what keys. But it does show you the enchanted items. Because we don't need that. So yeah, I'm a little pissy. Tell me something, buddy.
This place stinks.
Exactly.
No wonder even their water's undrinkable.
The game stinks.
So where is everyone? Let's see what tales the peasants from this house would tell me. Hey, is anybody home?
No.
The priest Yosef has arrived at your call. Goes in this door. Is
Broseph.
anybody here?
Broseph. There's only one note I know that you have to read.
Maybe this was a beast of some sort.
I'm not even going to grab a
Wolf
candle
or
and see what
bear.
happens. I'm not going to craft one. I'm not going to grab one. I want to see if this lantern, because it seems to just go forever. It doesn't run out. It's a beautiful day. So anywhere I don't go, you don't need to go. I've investigated this entire village, top to bottom, front to back, up and down. You have to crouch to get in some doors because the mechanics don't work. And all the doors, you double click it, it just opens. Except for 2 doors. And you click it, you're like, it's not opening. But no, you have to hold your left mouse and push forward or pull back. And the 2 of them are different. One's a push, one's a pull. One of them, there's nothing in the house, so we don't even have to go there. But right now, you can see it's telling us where to go. Everything seems to be pretty good.
Oh, God. Why didn't he jump into the water? Maybe he's the insane one cursing this village? He was obviously begging for help. Maybe I'll follow the path he left for me. Thank you, poor soul. I'll take care of your proper burial afterward.
Which he never does, which makes him a dirty liar. It would actually help if you went to a door and it told you whose house it was, but it doesn't.
She better be a princess to receive such a letter.
Yeah, well, she's not. I'll show you something too. There's a key here, but you can't get it. Which just screws you up even more. But right now the marker on the compass is working. Everything's awesome. So at one point, I think if you grab 2 keys, it cancels the first one out. I don't know. And once it does, you can't get that key back.
I should search more houses.
That's his
Something
trophy.
really strange is happening here.
Wicked, Schwicky, wicked. So there's the key we got.
Okay. This is getting interesting. This doesn't look like it was meant to drink water from it.
So there's no key here.
This
Nothing.
is getting interesting.
But now it tells me to go
Okay. This is
to
getting interesting.
Walrina's house. And the marker on the compass is working good. Yep, you got to do this in the exact... I've never finished it properly. If you don't do it in the exact order... And there's a couple times where you just have to know. They don't tell you where the key is and what house you're supposed to go to. And if you go to the wrong house or you use the wrong key somewhere or something, I don't know. It just doesn't make sense. So I'm going to try my hardest. I just played it. This is my second playthrough now. Well, my third actually. And something goes wrong every time. So here, that goblet was one of the enchanted items, and that one is too.
Who was she?
So grab this key. Okay, so now on your way out, go up here. Because I will grab a key for the cabin, and it works later in the game. Come down here. Now here's the push me, pull me door. You have to hold your mouse and then pull. And you get the cabin key. Now come over here and get your next tiki idol, which is number 4. So now it's telling me to go up here. So here's where the big problem is.
He
Grab
must be
this
the one
key.
burnt on the cross.
Casper says,
There
do
must
not
be-
use that door. Because there's a key in here on that table that you need. And the door isn't locked. And if you grab that key, it'll screw the whole sequence up. So now it says to go to Casper's house. Yeah, so once you grab that key, it throws everything out of whack. And then you'll be lost forever. But of course, you're going to inspect the house. You're there, right? You're going to check the door. And then when you grab that key, it says go to the catacombs. And that's supposed to be way later in the game. So now you go to Casper's house. This door will be locked. But when you read this note, I will not be home later tonight. If you need anything, the spare key will be in the pot of the flowers in the backyard as always.
We're getting somewhere.
We're getting
This
somewhere.
house can store more information.
So once you grab that, you should be able to grab that key that was in the pot. But sometimes it soft locks it and you can't get it. And it keeps telling you to go here. But if you had to grab that key up there, the whole thing would be fucked right now. Like, don't even unlock the door because that'll mess up the whole sequence. So you're supposed to go here and the key should be unlocked. There it is. I've come here and the key's still locked. And then you don't know what to do. Okay, so now you can come in here and you can find Anastasia.
Is she the princess that everyone was in love with in this village?
Okay, now it's going to tell me investigate the barn. So now you're supposed to go all the fucking way back to the barn. It looks like you're going straight, but you're not. It's a long way back. So far so good if you hadn't have opened that door and grabbed that key. You'd already be fucked up. You can still pull it off, but it starts to get really confusing if you do it wrong. Okay, so here's our next tiki idol, number 5. And you're going to want to grab the sand, which was hard to find. The wine, and then go in the barn. Boom. Investigate the church. The bell rang, but you can't hear it because of the thunder. Yeah, because that key I told you not to grab is supposed to be like one of the last things you grab. So the guest room, that key doesn't matter. There's no other keys in there, so it won't change your direction. And we're going to go back there near the end anyways. So just do the whole hotel all at once. But if you had went up into the catacombs with that key and got the gold coin, you don't have to go up to the church to activate the enemies. But then you don't finish the game in the proper order. Up to the church. These steps you get stuck on all the time, so I'm going to try and go on the outside of them.
The last thing I wanted now was a beast on the streets of this godforsaken place.
That worked way better. And here we go. Now it simply says survive, which doesn't tell you anything where to go or what to do. So now, Leshy doesn't like the red light, the red candle. If you hold your R, but I didn't pick it up. And it's going to run past it. So I can't see him right now, but he's here now. Although I did have a run where none of the monsters spawned, and I didn't hear them. So I believe now they've unlocked this door inside here. There you go. So they didn't tell you that, it just says survive, but you're supposed to go here. And now for some reason you pass out. And you wake up and it's morning. But the monsters are still around if they spawned. But at least you can see them now. Anastasia needed to press jack, blah, 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 see Beacon Powell papers. So there's another, and here's the key. So all it says is picked up key. It doesn't tell you where to go. But if you're wanting to know, you go back here. Now you get this key, and it says go to the altar. That's just for show. So I didn't see that monster. I don't think he spawned. Nope. So there you go. Another fuck up with the game. The monsters didn't even spawn. And when you went to the church, they were supposed to, and they're still supposed to be here. Now there's still Wendigo. He's on the other side. It should stop me on the bridge and show me about Wendigo, and if it doesn't, he didn't spawn. Nope. So now none of the monsters spawned. So it says go to the altar, and the altar's up there, but you can't. Because the altar door at the back is locked. You have to go in here. And then in here, the key was for here. It wasn't for the altar. And then you get the back door key. But you don't have all the items yet. But you can still activate the area. And for some reason he passes out again. He has a habit of doing that. Okay. And that's that. So you can't put anything down. So then you head out of here. And because you've been in and out of here a million times, you just leave. But you don't leave because there's a note here with a key on it.
Okay.
And it says to go to the tavern.
More confusing.
So Leshy never spawns, so this is going to be really easy. But if you have to deal with Leshy, you can face him and just crouch. Just go through the whole area crouched. It's slow, but he can't hit you. And if you face him, you usually run away. But for some reason, because the game has never ever worked properly once, they didn't even spawn. But if they did, you would go back here because he'd be right about here. And you could deke him out by going this way into the hotel instead in the front. Yep. Once again, everything is cattywampus on this game. I don't know if you need that. It's not one of
Is
the
anybody here?
items. So now you can go in here and get your 6th Tiki idol. You have to crouch to get in and out. I don't know why. And then there's the tavern key they gave you. We got some more notes. And then they'll give you a key for Powell's house.
Hello?
And because I didn't
Is anybody
open
here?
that door, it should work. And I'm going to do it just because I don't think it really matters at this point. There's a key here.
I need to check the journal again.
And it's for Lorena's house. Oops. But I'm going to go to Powell's house first. And I think there's a key here. And that just says picked up key. I don't even know what it's for. So that's supposed to still be locked. So I think this is Powell's house, but they never tell you. And then you can come in here and grab a key for the destroyed house.
God.
That's a biggie.
Can't be saved. But I think this is my redemption. I'll try my best to stay alive, clean this place from evil.
Okay, and that's it. So now you're supposed to go to the destroyed house. Which anybody that played this would have already grabbed that key and screwed up the sequence. And then this is the key for the destroyed house. And that tells me to go to the catacombs now. So I just picked up a key and then one for that house. But I think that was for the brush. So I think I still screwed it up. I should have went on the outside. See what I mean? Nice. Nice job. I'm really impressed. Just walk on the outside.
I wonder what could possibly be into the church.
There's no way to get in the church. It's boarded up. I did that, but it did. Take these keys and do what you have a real talent for. Just make sure everything is shiny. Yeah, bullshit. Okay, and then we need the coin. That's what we came for.
It's the 7 deadly sins. Now I've never noticed that.
So I think Lorena's house is the one where the brush was. So I think we went there a little too prematurely. But I still have a mystery key that just said a key. So I'm going to try it on that house that never opens. But I'm pretty sure I've already done that. I've done everything you could possibly do in this game. I've looked everywhere, checked everything, grabbed every key, tried to do it in the right order. So we've been to every place we're supposed to go. And I've had all those keys before and they've never let me in that house. But that's all open. This next one's all open. No other houses are locked. Except for one. And the monsters never spawned. And that's not my fault. Like I did everything right. So here's the house that's never ever opened. See? And it still says there must be a key somewhere, but there isn't. Trust me. I've looked everywhere. All through here, all there, everywhere, up here, all around, all in here, up here, over here. Like you wouldn't really want to hide it. There's no key there. But I thought maybe it spawned after the fact. Nothing here. This is all just for show up here. I never get a good chance to look around before. These don't pull. There's no keys, nothing. He doesn't have one in his hand. Like, I've checked everything. If anybody found a key, let me know. Because I've never been in that house. So basically we've got everything. We've been everywhere, we've been in every house, we've done everything. All those houses up there and these ones here aren't locked. I can't bury him. been all through here. There isn't even a marker on this trap door, like to let you know you can get in, but there's something under the house. Look at. I have no idea what that's all about. Okay, so we've got everything. So now make sure that you use the coin first. You must use the coin first, or there's a 50 or greater % chance it'll just evaporate. Here we go.
This is Deacon Powell, who sent me the letter for help. Looks like he was just like me, a wolf in the hide of a sheep. He was in a secret order of politicians and must have been hiding in this village while continuing his job at the order. He was researching a cure for a deadly illness, a very good goal, but with a very bad choice of research process. His habit of spying on people made him acknowledge every villager's life and their secrets in detail. He saw a peasant begging a witch for a life-changing favor, and he tried to get one for himself. When the time came to return the favor, his greed took over, and he planned to get rid of the witch instead. He was a deacon, so his words had power, and in addition, his plan to burn the witch was a win for everyone else. This plan worked, but the solution didn't last forever. When he felt safest, he had a lucky day. Someone wealthy arrived at his church doorstep and donated a foreign golden coin to the church. Obviously, the greedy deacon took the coin and put it in his pocket. That someone was just a curse from the witch, and her plan to play with Paul's greedy nature worked. Soon after, he noticed the new ability to turn alive creatures into gold. What else could someone greedy wish for? When things went out of control, he understood that this present had its flaws. One glance at himself in the reflection, and he too would become a golden statue. In paranoia, Powell locked himself in here, underground, where he could control who he could look at. While being here, he had enough time to think about his life, God, and the villagers. And in the end, his views changed. He started to do some good, investigated the situation in the village, and navigated villagers from the shadows for research progress and their safety. Being aware that he wasn't successful enough in this job, he hired me. He thought I was better than him in understanding darkness and light. Terrible mistake if you ask me. My part in this investigation opened whole new possibilities in ending the evil, but he didn't make it though. At the key moment, he accidentally looked into the reflection of the goblet on his table. Rest in peace, Powell. You were a terrible person.
So that's the guy, I think, downstairs with the gun. He locked himself in the basement. So I think we should go back to the basement and see if that, in the house, and see if that door is open. Okay, so the sand next,
And now, the end.
because it has disappeared on me.
Casper, the man who had nothing, but had the ambition to get everything. Having a lovely wife and a nice house in the village wasn't enough for him to satisfy his desires. It would seem obvious that this kind of person would have wished for wealth, and it looks like he did so. He asked the witch to get his wife pregnant, and he got the biggest wealth he could have in his life, his son. Maybe this was the most honest wish of all, but after getting what he wanted most, he desired even more. This time, the land and the power. When the time came to return the favors, turns out he ironically got the worst deal among all the sinners. The witch demanded the baby from the womb. My only idea why this could have happened is that, after all, the child wasn't the most valuable thing he wished for. It was the most valuable thing he got. Of course, he never gave up the child. so the curse also followed him. After a couple years, the witch visited him in the form of a courier that came with great news. The courier gave him a land grant, and a land that never existed from his dying cousin Baron that also never existed. This trick was easy to spot, but not for an envious person like Casper. His desire to get power and wealth had blinded him and made him believe the unbelievable story of his family tree. Before the curse showed its final phase, he slowly fell into paranoia. Casper started to count the days until his cousin would die. He was stalking his chief, the farmer Jared, and stealing his goods in order to make the farmer lose his wealth. The envy drove him crazy, and the wish to become the most powerful man in the region made him do things that he had never done before. All these mixed emotions drove him to death. His heart just wasn't able to handle this much anticipation and hatred. You were lost, Casper. You never knew the value of what you already possessed.
We'll all be damned. And then we should do the poison next. It disappeared on me once too. Yeah.
Valeria was a very lazy woman. She spent most of her days laying down on her bed, doing nothing, while her surroundings were covered in dust. Without her friend Anastasia, she probably couldn't make it through living alone. Anastasia was preparing her food, cleaning her house, and keeping Valeria busy, doing at least something easy. It's not clear why Valeria went to the witch, or what favor she asked for, what she got in return for the favor, or how she managed to be cursed. But she had the medicine. Sweet dreams. That is definitely a deathly present to her. It made her more active, and she spent more energy on things she never cared for. It seems like Powell managed to get her interest, and those two got close to each other. Valeria was helping Powell to investigate the situation, and she even did the dirty work, digging graves for the dead. She's the most mysterious among all the sinners, but my guess is that her curse was meant to keep her motionless. Harder she worked, the more power the curse was gaining. It ended at the graveyard when she was burying the dead. She exhausted herself like never before. She gained the infinite rest, turned into a rock, truly motionless. I don't know much about you, Valeria, but I feel sorry for you.
So we had Valeria's key, but when we went in the house, we weren't supposed to. When it said survive, the door was unlocked, and we were supposed to use the key, so we still have her key. So that's another one that we did in the wrong order, because I still have her key.
A man from a farm that can't grow a single stalk of corn. He was the first one who asked the witch for a favor. He wanted a farm with a harvest that never ends, and he got one. When the time came for him to return the favor, which apparently was the most hard-working bull from the farm, he took an easy path and agreed with Deacon Powell to get rid of the witch. He never learned a lesson. He stayed greedy like Powell. When other villagers were praying for food, he stored tons of harvest in his storage and never shared a handful of bread with others but Anastasia. He was in love with her. All the harvest was for sale. He was trading with local villagers and people from the big city. Looks like he enjoyed eating until there was no space left in his stomach. The gluttonous character had driven him to obesity. As a lucky chance, he met a foreign merchant selling exotic items and goods where he was able to make a great deal. Of course, this was just a trick from the witch, prepared for Jared as revenge. He bought a wine that he was tempted to share with Anastasia at a romantic meeting. Anastasia never showed up, and the heartbroken Jared drank the entire bottle alone. The curse started to work. He felt a hunger that he wasn't able to satisfy. When the food from his kitchen or the larder seemed not to be enough, he started to eat cattle alive. He was never able to satisfy his hunger, but his stomach had its limits. He died from overeating in his cattle shed. Terrible death for a terrible person.
That's what you get. And now Anastasia, she slept with everybody in town. She's a whore.
Here's the lust. Anastasia, the beautiful woman that won the heart of most men in the small village and the big city. She was using her beauty to get the job done. Boys were fighting each other to get rid of rivals in this polygon of love. It seemed that those fights were unnecessary, because if she desired, she gave everybody a chance to taste her in bed. I don't wonder where this beauty comes from. It was a wish that the witch fulfilled for Anastasia in exchange for silky hair the girl was proud of. Apparently, this was too much for Beauty to give up, and she agreed with the idea of burning the witch. This was her worst decision. The witch might have visited her after a while, but she got her deadly present, not directly from the witch, but from the hands of Jared. This cursed item was a hairbrush. She never gave a chance to the gluttonous farmer until she was denied by her lover. She never knew that Victor had died and decided to cheat on him. Anastasia gave the fat old farmer one chance and tried to get a profit from it. When preparing for a meeting with Jared, she used the present from a farmer. One single comb out, and a young, beautiful lady died from old age.
I just thought we're going to go back and see if that house will open after everything's done. The one that wouldn't open. And we're going to go see if that basement door is open. I don't know if I did that before. Shit. The item's missing. I told you shit goes missing. That's all I have left is the cup. So what am I missing? Oh, I didn't get the gun. I can still get the gun. Whew, I thought something soft locked on me. I didn't think you could do it unless you had all the items in your hand. So here's the guy, I think in the basement. No, because he didn't turn to gold. And none of this stuff opens. Anyways, let's finish it. I was scared there for a minute. I forgot I didn't grab it. Get up there. Because it's happened with the coin and the sand and the poison. And I went back all those times to see if it was there, and it wasn't.
Victor. He was an athletic, handsome young man. His looks were never left unnoticed by Anastasia. She fell in love with Victor. They had their dirty secrets, and one of those secrets was the favor that they've asked the witch. This young man gained his agility with dark magic at the cost that he should return the trophy that he was most proud of. Of course, he never returned the favor. Even if he never met the witch again, he still gained a present from her. This time, Anastasia gifted him the silver goblet that she bought from the merchant, which turned out to be a witch. By that time, he had already lost interest in Anastasia and used the present as a regular cup. This demonstrated his attitude towards the villagers. He quickly changed his manners and became full of pride. He lost everyone in the village. One day, the curse began to show its full power. It was enough to sip from the goblet to finish him, and the worst death that he could have ever imagined. The professional swimmer drowned in his bed. Rest in peace, young man.
Well, there you go. Now the gun. So let's hear what they say about this guy, because that's his house. Why? What's it up with the basement?
Lutek, one clumsy villager, dedicated himself to hunting. He was bad at doing what he loved most. Everyone joked about him always missing the shot for prey because of sneezing or making too much noise while following it. All these jokes were playing on his nerves, and he always acted mad by threatening all these people for making jokes. To end the attitude villagers had towards him, he went to the witch with a favor to hunt a bear. He tried to show people that he was a worthy hunter. He could ask for more, I think, but he was stupid enough to waste his chance. It's unclear what the witch asked in return, but she never got it from Lutek. Years after, she showed himself to Lutek in the form of a deer. The hunter followed her to the point when he arrived at the place where the witch had left him a present. A firearm, worth for the best soldier in the entire kingdom. The curse drove him even madder. The threats he was throwing left and right were no joke this time. He murdered 3 people for joking about him. When things got out of hand, Powell killed him with the help of Valeria. He was murdered with his own weapon. Tragic, if you ask me.
Well, I never answered the question why there's a basement, something in the basement in his house. Okay. So there's 2 things we want to do. Go see if that door is open now. I'm pretty sure I did it before, but we're going to make sure. Make sure there's no way into his house through here. I'm sure we'll take a stupid note. It's not important. Nope. No secret lever or anything. Because right in through here we want to go, but you see there's quite a distance between there and the house. And then what is that? It's not the fireplace. I've tried opening it. It's not this. So there might have been something there at one time that he had as an idea, but then he canceled it. I don't know. But now we'll go try that one house that doesn't open. Because I do have a key that I picked up that didn't seem to be for anything. And the only thing that's locked right now is this house. I've been to all the other houses, don't worry. And the enemies are supposed to be here. They never even spawned. So I knew I couldn't play one playthrough and have everything work. It was just impossible. I'm just wondering, is that going to affect our good ending? I know it's locked. Yep. And trust me, there is no key anywhere. You name it, I looked. And the cow's nuts, everything. Oh, up here, every single place I looked. There's no sense looking now, though. It's way too dark. So now we just have to go pick up our last statue for number 7. Wendigo's not here, never spawned. It's not like I did some exploit or something to make that happen. It just didn't happen. does tell you where to go, find the witch. So I'd let you know that. But that one door for the cabin key was was the push me pull me door. And if you didn't know you had to do that, you would have thought the door doesn't open. Because I believe the first time I played it, I didn't know you could push and pull doors. There's only 2 in the whole game to do that. So it could confuse somebody. Okay, look where the markers tell me to go. Why the fuck? Does it tell me to go that way? It's too late now. There it is. There's one on every crafting table if you're wondering why that's just a crafting table. If I go back and see what that marker is, I'm not gonna, because it's not the witch. The witch is up this way. I mean, if you went to follow the marker, you would never find the fucking witch. But maybe that's it. That's way back in the town now. Fuck me. I'm gonna do it just to show you how fucked up this game is. So hang in. So you can't go right to it. Because you got to get out up here this way. I've never looked at it because I know where the witch is. And now I'm looking like, why is it telling me to go this way? But just to show you how messed up the game is. Where is it? Uh-oh. Now I'm lost. Is it actually telling me where to go? No. No, I'm stuck. So I mean you can't find her following the compass marker. Because there's no way out. This is all impossible to get by. Now it's totally behind us. So the marker is right behind us now. And I've been in this forest a few times. That's all just, you can't get up those hills. So here's where the witch is, but the marker is 100% behind us. in the village. And it says, find the witch. So how the hell were you ever going to find that if you followed the marker? You were never, ever, 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 ever going to find it. There we go. So you tell me, was that misleading you or what? It was behind me, the marker.
Show yourself.
You seem disappointed, Father.
Unlock the good ending.
Expecting warmth, a hunchback. Ugliness is for the mortal. Ugliness is for the guilty. And I am neither. Look at you, a wolf in a shepherd's coat. Put down the cross, darling. It doesn't suit you. I've watched you. You walk through greed and envy. You are a scammer, a glorious little parasite. And you are the first person in years who hasn't tried to lie to me about it. It's intoxicating. You admit your darkness. Under different stars, Yusuf. We could have made such lovely chaos together.
Thank you.
I could have feasted on the world, and you could have counted the coin. Oh, but alas, you are small prey. I will make you a deal. Walk away with your life and your stolen gold. The village is mine to harvest.
Okay. Oh, not much of a village anyways.
Do not think you have escaped your damnation. Your punishment is life. You must live knowing that every coin in your pocket was bought with their blood. Let us see if that gold feels heavy. In time.
Well, that's it. We didn't die. We got tons of gold. And we made it. Guys, I unlocked it against all odds. I unlocked the good ending. Thanks for coming along, guys. I still don't think I did it right, but I mean, I did it regardless. This is Ziggy, the good ending unlocker, signing out.